Hello, writers. Today I want to teach you that writers read their own texts out loud to help them find clunks. And clunks are parts of writing that don't make sense, or they're not exactly what the writer wanted to say. So, writers, I want to teach you that writers read their pieces out loud to themselves, and it's really important that you read it out loud. As writers are listening to their own voices, they're making sure that their writing makes sense and that there are no clunks. A clunk is a part of the writing that doesn't sound correct or make sense. So here's how we find clunks. First, we're going to read our text out loud and listen for parts that don't make sense. And as I'm going to fix the parts that have mistakes as I go. So I'm not going to go through the whole thing and then fix it. I'm going to fix each part as I go through it. We also pay attention to where we pause because some type of punctuation should go there. It might be a period, a comma, a question mark if it's a question, an exclamation point if it's going to show excitement. And we keep rereading out loud until your writing says exactly what you want it to say. So let me model this for you. Here's my mentor passage. It's actually a piece of writing that I've done. I'm going to read it out loud to myself. The voice came over the loudspeaker and interrupted my math lesson. Well, right there, that doesn't make sense. So I'm going to take out one of the voice words. And now I have the voice came over the loudspeaker and interrupted my math lesson. He told all of the teachers to check your email right now. I'm thinking, my reader's not going to know who the voice is. So I'm going to say the principal's voice, Principal, the principal's voice. So here's what we have so far. The principal's voice came over the loudspeaker and interrupted my math lesson. He told all of the teachers to check your email right now. Then he said that he would come back on for another announcement in 5 minutes. I was suddenly worried nothing like this had ever happened before. Wait a second. That doesn't make sense. Because when I read it, I want to say I was suddenly worried. Nothing like this had ever happened before. So I'm missing punctuation between worried and nothing. So I was suddenly worried. Period. New sentence. Nothing like this had ever happened before. So let's read it. Let's read that part again. Let me read that to myself. The principal's voice came over the loudspeaker and interrupted my math lesson. He told all of the teachers to check your email right now. Then he said that he would come back on for another announcement in 5 minutes. I was suddenly worried. Nothing like this had ever happened before. All right, so that paragraph right now says exactly what I wanted to say. Let me go to the next one. I read email and realized that we were about to change, that things were about to change. It's the email. I read the email and realized that things were about to change. I thought to myself, I need to keep the kids calm, but we need to act now. All of the children were being sent home that's not right. Because a student in the, oh wait, hang on, there's spaces missing there. So a student in the school's family, and it's underlined in red, so I know there's a mistake. So I'm going to right click. All right, so let me go back to the beginning of this paragraph. I read the email and realized that things were about to change. I thought to myself, I need to keep the kids calm, but we need to act now. All of the children were being sent home because a student in the school's family had been diagnosed with coronavirus. It's pretty good, but the way this part sounds, because a student in the school's family, that doesn't make sense because it sounds like it's the family belonging to the school when I really want it the family belonging to the student. So all of the children were being sent home because because a student's family member, okay, because a student's, and I don't even need to say in the school because we know we're talking about the school. But let's see what I want to do. Okay, so all of the children were being sent home because a student's family member in the school Let's take out in the school. That's not important right now. I might go back in editing and revising and figure that out. All of the children were being sent home because a student's family member had been diagnosed with coronavirus. Oh, I could do this. I could say all of the school's children were being sent home because a student's family member had been diagnosed with coronavirus. So let me do that whole paragraph again and make sure it says exactly what I want it to say. I read the email and realized that things were about to change. I thought to myself, I need to keep the kids calm, but we need to act now. All of the school's children were being sent home because a student's family member had been diagnosed with coronavirus. There you go. That's exactly what I want to say. So now you're going to try. I want you to go back to your writing and read it aloud to yourself. Listen carefully as you read. You're listening for parts that don't sound correct. Fix each part that doesn't sound correct as you read it out loud. Pay attention to where you pause as you read. Some type of punctuation should go there. And keep reading it aloud and fixing it until your entire text sounds correct and says exactly what you want it to say. Go ahead, writers. You go ahead and revise your text.